any chance of a place at the finals. Their best hope long term might be that Algeria would counterintuitively secure qualification with a win in Somalia today, maybe rest a few players for the final round, the job done. But for now, they will focus on the here and now. Referee blows the whistle and away we go in Francistown. Botswana take on Uganda in the Group G on the penultimate round of CAF qualification for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The Pitsi, or the Zebras in English, Botswana in their traditional sky blue, black and white, shooting from left to right as we watch on in this first 45. Uganda in all white with the black trim. Sorry, Setsile in his first battle on the left-hand side. But we will be keeping you up to date on other matters in Group G, and you can see already a goal in Mozambique, the goal for Guinea, which will have an effect on the live standings. Could be good news for Uganda. They look to defend this free kick, but don't have much work to do, in truth. Sailing well over. Yes, that will put Guinea on to 14 points in the live standings. One shy of Mozambique and two shy of Uganda. Of course, with just 90 seconds gone, this one have 1 point to their name in the live standings. Mozambique are Uganda's closest competitors for second place. But at this point, perhaps the bigger battle is with the teams that they're not actually going to be facing. The other second place teams. The ever-changing runners-up ranking currently has Gabon at the top. They're looking pretty safe. Or whoever finishes second in Group F, 19 points with 2 games still to go. Group F, currently Côte d'Ivoire, top on 20, just above Gabon. One of those two very likely to be a part of that 14 playoff to come in November. There's Sia Kanyang, right hand side for Botswana. 32 years of age now, but still pretty quick across the pitch. He makes what is his 70th, not more, appearance for his country at all levels. Alfred Belapi claims his innocence. But left Rogers Mato in a heap, and Uganda will have the free kick. First chance to put the ball into the Botswana box. Stay down here, Mato. Ball put will. This is nothing too serious. Mato 3 goals in his previous 7 appearances in the qualifiers. Uganda's joint top scorer alongside Alan Okello as pulpit's opposite number, Marina Ramarabodi. Pulpit himself, very experienced Belgian coach, particularly experienced in African football. In charge of Gambia for 3 years, Burkina Faso for 3 years, Kenya, Guinea, Republic of the Congo most recently, between 2021 and 23. For joining the Uganda setup in the end of 23. You can see there a goal as well in Somalia, and it is, perhaps unsurprisingly, on the way of the Phoenix. We move comfortably clear now at the top of Group G as things stand. That will be enough to secure their qualification. Whatever happens here, currently we're waiting to get back underway as Rogers Mato is already thoroughly checked out and a couple of players warming up. There you see 22 points now for Algeria, 6 clear of Uganda, currently in second. Ooh, very tight there with that goal for Guinea. Uganda currently level. Any kind of turnaround in Somalia would be borderline unprecedented, so perhaps we can consider that one done even at this early stage. Uganda, as they were likely doing before the match anyway, focusing on that playoff spot. We'll get back underway here with this free kick, which is flicked on into the middle. Decent free kick and a decent chance for Jude Semugabi. Maybe just coming at him a little too quickly, having to lean back, try and divert it goalwards. Went over the bar in the end. So it came off the head of his captain, Khalid Aucho. Catching practice for Dennis Onyango. Years young, evergreen veteran keeper, defying his years for a fair few years now. Massive amounts of experience, brought back after a few years away from the national team, brings leadership, composure, confidence at the back. Rely on him to organise the defence. The pressured moment. Another keeper, Kegile Rotipula. More than a decade younger. And his fellow keeper, 29, Rotipula. Mato, who seems to be moving okay now, worrying at the time that he was down, but seemingly okay to continue. Awkward one for Jordan Obita, keeps his head, finds his captain. And then Okello does really well, galloping forwards. Semugabi cuts inside. Okello with the shot, and spin is going to take that through to Gotafula. Alan Okello, 3 goals, 3 assists in 5 appearances in the qualifiers. Really impressive. So too at club level. And the Golden Boot in the Ugandan Premier League last season with 19 goals. Been with Vipers for a couple of years now. set them on their way. The previous round of matches, penalty early on, 6 minutes against Somalia. Garvey, who added the second. Young by Kayondo. Full of running from full-back position. Alcho. Kula. Mato. Breaks the space to put the ball in, fired it low. Dealt with pretty comfortably by the Botswana defence. Jordan Avita, born in Oxford in the UK. Spent almost 2 decades with Reading, starting out as 7-year-old. 10 years with the senior team. Almost 200 appearances. Player of the season, 2013-14. Now playing a little further north in Scotland for Hibernian. Finding the run of Rogers Mato once again. Got the ball stuck under his feet, a touch there. Push it out by Alfred Ovalafi. The joined in defence by Caprilotti, Elio Caprilotti. I get from his surname, from Italian heritage. Italian father, Congolese mother, born in Uganda. Early ball in from Kayondo. Awkward one for Lopez to deal with. Did so. Johnson, the back stick. On the back foot at the moment, Botswana. Pretty strong start proceeding. Just to see how the two teams approach this. Both realistically need nothing less than a win. It'll be out and out attack or show a caution for both. Pretty balanced all round thus far. Forward, brought down by Semagabi. Then early once again, direction of Makwala. Kabula alert to the danger, trying to set Botswana on their way, finding at the other end. Get back to Makula. Been nicely worked in by Uganda. Opens up with a shot. Call that a rangefinder. Needed to be saved though by Kosapula. Okello again. He's flying just outside the box this time. No block, but maybe the keeper would expect to make. Badly struck, lacking a little power, really pressing Kosapula. Makwala pressing from the front, single-handedly. Paid off eventually. Masto brings it back. Carry on here with Okello. Should the referee played advantage, or that's not a foul? We'll continue on either way. Choke back to Kayondo. That's himself now, putting Siwa under pressure. Will now finally pull things back for a word at least here of Gandhi Siwa. He was unfairly barged off the ball. Alfred Ralafi. Certainly a fair old shoulder charge from Mato. The thing back and then done. Second will do later. Or a run at Makwala. Up with the forward one way or another. Can't find a teammate, and Botswana looks to break. To be set up here. Botswana defending pretty deep, allowing Uganda the ball. And aiming to strike on the counter-attack. In the early part of this game. Aiming to find without choke. Or is either, depending on how you read that, appreciated by the fans. Sound of frustration they're settling currently for domestic on ball. See Algeria now 2-0 up. Comfortably ahead in Somalia, asserting their authority as was to be expected. Top versus bottom in Group G. Algeria now with 1 foot in the final, if not 1.5. Goals flying in elsewhere in Group G, so too an equaliser for Mozambique. Falling behind early on, but home soil restoring parity as you were down to the battle for second place and the potential playoff spot. Uganda and Mozambique back to level then, only on 16 points, work to do for Guinea. Mentioned a real outside shot qualification for them. Have to beat Mozambique here, and then similarly take 3 points on Tuesday. That really wouldn't see them earn enough points. Feature in the top 4. So those second place rankings. As Uganda prepared to take this free kick, look at the line standing. Algeria comfortably clear. Uganda and Mozambique now back together. Uganda though with considerably better goal difference, 8 better off in that regard. Maybe 9-10. intervene, and instead swing towards the keeper by Roger Mathew. That is still enough score, but anyone to join Algeria, assuming they are to make it, very likely now, would be a first time finalist the World Cup. More significant than that, by between Johnson, but similarly comfortably played by Nelson Yango. Yes, the expansion of football's most prestigious tournament, opening the door for several debutants. For the first time, up to 10 African nations could feature at the expanded World Cup. Only 5 present against Qatar. Of course, Morocco made history. First African side into the final 4. Practically beating Spain and Portugal along the way. 9 African sides guaranteed as well. Canada, USA and Mexico. It'll be 48 teams up from 32 had been the norm. And yes, so 4 best ranked 7th place sides head to a playoff, a semi-final and a final next month. What Uganda are aiming for certainly. Win, free kick. Just outside the box, the first booking of the game goes the way of the Botswana captain, Liane Lokwe. Did have a hand on the shoulder of Stephen Makwala. Enough for the referee to book him and award Uganda a very dangerously positioned free kick here. To finish the admin, the winner of that playoff next month will advance to the continental playoff tournament to come. Roger's Mathew set to take, and he'll leave it for the left foot. Once again, free kick comes to nothing. Hello, struck that. He's in his locker. Should be a goal, but it's like Oribonye. The ball out of play. The biggest name, not the most experienced in the Botswana 11. The first Botswana to win a continental title. So it's but it's in right. Terrific from the centre forward. Very soon from his head coach. The chance, picked out by Kanye. Well left as well, as we said. Harry Kerrish hit Seeley. Catching the ball on the bounce. Leaning back to touch. Oribonye. Since winning that Federation Cup with USM Alger. Fair few moves from Uzma to Asbar. Drama there, falling out with the head coach. Got to Al-Ittihad in Libya and now back to Morocco with mighty Wydad. 2-2 of the Federation Cup team. Moshe Galaway, most experienced though. on a squad, boosting in on the record for all-time appearances. What does matter? Drops the shoulder, fired it in, coming in. The near post wasn't required, and way too much on that cross from that kind of position to do anything but basically bounce off your head. That's what happened. Here's the score in the qualifiers. Makwala had 1 assist to his name. Scored plenty last season for Simba. Joined the 3rd top scorer in the Tanzanian Premier League for his club. 13 goals for some. Makwala for Simba's pass. Out of play and well in the end. Territory, least just over the head of Mugabe. To make another born in the UK in London. Wimbledon. Playing in England. The 3rd tier, League 1 with Burton Albion this summer. Way back to Konkakula. Tabo Nyane. Lokwe sends it long. Coming back into the game here. This is the first half. Botswana. After been a bit quiet for a good quarter of an hour. Momentum swinging back in their favour. Coaches emphasise the collective effort, mentality. Once in his squad, said that there are no irreplaceable top-level players. Letting anyone step up and make the difference in the squad. Got a nice blend of local stars, locally based teams, Vipers, KTCA, such foreign-based players, which we mentioned. That works well. Local players bring familiarity with their teammates and energy, and the foreign-based players that are bringing discipline, perhaps that you get in the top clubs. So too a mixture of youth and experience and young talent promoted, featured at the African Nations Championship, impressed. Pipeline domestic talent in Uganda seems to be improving. Employed at high pressure, but one has found their way out. Full of possession though, no counter-attack this time. Ball forward, very nice one to Baruti. Again, in his direction. Pass dealt with by Kayondo. It's not over yet though. And really well done by Orobonye, great strength. His cross though Left a little to be desired. It will be kept in on the far side though. Three waiting in the middle. Trying to buy themselves some space, but in the end, the cross straight down the throat of Onyango. But stayed down. It's Mike Siwa who collided with the keeper. It was. It looked like there was any malice in the collision. Nowhere left to go. Trying to gamble and find his way into the corridor of uncertainty, which the ball might have been fired. Yango just receiving a touch of treatment here. The knocks, the blows, you take a little longer to shake off once you hit your 40s. The tough old cookie. Still with the mighty Mamelodi Sundowns, South Africa. It's been since 2011, decade and a half. The winners of the inaugural African Football League, Mamelodi Sundowns, as well as Champions League too long ago. Actually based, voted for the 2016 African Player of the Year, African-based African Player of the Year. CAF Awards, great honour. The keeper. Still going strong now. To his fifth decade. Strong tackle too on Makwala, a legal one, in the eyes of the referee. That not so. Decision will go Botswana's way. Without show his point to the referee, as he's entitled to do, with the armband. Won't do anything to change his decision though. Campaign Makwala. Holding that right knee. Oh, it was an awkward collision with Alvin Valafi. After then into the back of Gilbert Baruti. A few injuries, needed some treatment, no permanent departures, I'd say thus far. Expect a decent amount of first half stoppage time though. Quarter of an hour remaining for the break. First goal, this one will be so important. Mentioned in the build-up, but those just joining us, 6 previous meetings between these two. 4 of those Uganda wins, 2 draws. Botswana have never beaten the Cranes. A reverse fixture, June last year, the 1-0 win for Uganda. Before that, 2-1 win in 2016, a 2-0 win in 2015. 3-1. Friendly back in 2013, 4 in a row, which Uganda have come out on top. Botswana with a score to settle, and wanting to finish this qualifying campaign on a high, even if their chances of advancing are rapidly heading towards zero, slim at best. That kick-off. Results elsewhere likely see them officially eliminated by the end of the day. Nonetheless, they push on. Tuzi Johnson, a raking ball out towards Velapi. Fullback to fullback. Mohamed Shabab, who scored the winner late on in the reverse fixture. And Mula comes flying out, a little stranded. Might be a chance here for Uganda. It's through to Mato, who's heading for the middle. And the armband of Idlokwe, leading by example, the captain. Across the cover, could have been a really dangerous moment. Brave keeping by Gostapula, but ultimately was himself in trouble, out of position. Have to refocus to organise his defence for this corner. Pretty tame in the end, no one anywhere near delivery, but it'll be a second opportunity to put it in for Alan Okello. Koala trying to get on the end of the loose ball. Again, seems to be moving behind the centre forward after lengthy treatment. Capragossi, well, I'm going to say, his own and brushes off the tensions there. Kanyang apparently did so too forcefully for the liking of the referee. It was a flailing right arm, clearly caught Botswana number 7 in the mouth, bloodied and bruised, and a free kick inside their own half for the Zebras. Stride, so Mugabe finds Makwala. Super Company fires it straight into the body of Lenyane. Claims the handball. Shake of the head, right smile. Weren't too many appeals, to say, very close range. Comes Mato again, dancing his way into the box, letting fly, saved by Gostapula. And it is the Botswana defender first to the loose ball. That's the best chance of the first half thus far. Gostapula getting a strong glove behind it. Strong glove behind a strong effort from Rogers Mato. A lot of work to do from here. Found his way through 3, 4 in blue and white. Unleashed a really powerful strike, one that was just too close to Gostapula. Will take free kick, follows that scramble on the edge of the box, but here comes Mato again, into the box again. Heading inside again, this time going down. The referee waving away any protest. It's been a live wire down the left. Uganda's number 7. Final 5 minutes, at least of the scheduled 45, see how many we get headed on. Uganda back in the ascendancy after a stronger spell from the home side. Most of the threats have come down the left side. Uganda, particularly via Mato, in their most creative spark in the first half. Been in really good form for club and country. Moved to Vardar in North Macedonia at the start of the year. Scored almost as many played. 15 goals, 22 appearances thus far. Three goals to his name in these qualifiers. Chance for Botswana to break down there now. Running at Civic and Caprodotti in the end, running out of ideas. There's Mato on the right hand side for once. There was a booking for another member of the Botswana backline, this time Rusha Kalalawi. Back, Rudy Johnson, there who's been burnt his handball to earn the ire of the referee. Be careful now, the left back, the trickiest position. Find yourself on a booking, definitely with more than half the game to play. Full back up against tricky wingers who'll do their best to commit you and draw into a potential second yellow worthy card. They're lucky. Heads it straight to Semagabi. Mato let fly, and that was rather less impressive than his previous effort. The most likely source of a breakthrough though, the 26-year-old. 24 full-foot Tafunda. Will his half-time team talk consist of? Final minute then, the first 45 is the cliched best time to score just before the break, get the momentum into the second half and force the opposition manager to rip up their half-time team talk. tempo just reducing, would appear. Maybe content to head down the tunnel on level terms, these two. And once we concede the aforementioned shade opener. Another player down, time due to Semigabi. It's only 2 minutes of additional time. At least they will be mostly played, as the medical team is instructed to stay on the sidelines by both the referees and some of Semigabi's mates. Back underway. Expected maybe a couple more minutes of additional time, considering those lengthy breaks, but just a few minutes, and almost one of them gone already. Chance perhaps for one more opportunity. Not with a pass like that, asking too much of Aziz Kayondo. Rodossi, as I mentioned, Italian heritage. His Italian father was actually the former director of Roma's rugby team, and did start out with Roma, the best Italian club. 2 appearances for the senior team before moving on. Oh, could it be Botswana gets the run of play to produce the final chance of the first half? Roar of expectancy grows around Francistown Stadium, but Arabonye's cross is cut out before it even makes its way into the 18-yard box. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, a game that is simmering, not quite bubbling in terms of action. That man, Keigile Gosefula, with the biggest save of the half from Rogers Mato. But ultimately, the pair inseparable after 45 minutes of play. Both need a win. Both will have to turn it up a notch when they return in 15 minutes' time. Half-time score is Botswana 0, Uganda 0. definitely in control of the group, even more so than they were before. 2-0 up currently in there. Match day 9, Group G meeting with Somalia. All 3 matches taking place simultaneously. Mozambique and Guinea 1-1 there at half time. So all to play for here in the second half. Uganda put themselves in a pretty strong position if they can find a way to win. Botswana though, to get us back underway here in their traditional sky blue, white and black, shooting from right to left now. They'll be trying their very best to prevent Uganda from doing that, maybe even to grab their first ever win against the Cranes, the 7th meeting. Whether or not that will keep their qualification hopes alive at least a few more days. I want to finish this campaign in the right way, on the front foot. Please. Yeah, thousands here inside the Itani Shilumi Stadium. There are the live standings. Algeria now 6 points clear as things stand. Uganda still comfortably clear of Mozambique in terms of goal difference. That will of course remain the same if they were both to draw. But you start to wonder if 16 points would be enough. Whether 19, even if they were to beat Algeria, would see them as one of the 4 best second place sides. Yeah. Second place rankings are a little complicated as it is, with withdrawal of Eritrea from the qualification process, meaning that the team in Group C, it is, were lacking in games. Ruling forthcoming on that before the end of proceedings. Either way, all Uganda can do is try to rack up as many points as they can. Let the others fend for themselves. Could be Civic. Whip it in here from the right-hand side over everyone waiting in the middle though. And Makwala unable to keep it in on the far side. Versatile defender, Toby Civic. One back quickly in the Botswana half. Let's open up here for the shot. Well, from our angle, that was about to nestle in the top corner, but it did just sail away slightly by Stephen Makwala. Certainly, Megile Sifula. Comfortable that he had it well covered. Deep from the reverse angle, fairway wide in the end. So, first warning shot fired across the Botswana bows in the second half. Opening up here for Cafe Moisiwa, but run into trouble in the end. Good football in Algeria. Siwa. He is with Eto Schleff, and then moving to FC Oran in the summer. Won the Algeria Cup with the former a couple of years ago. And he moved there from Jwaneng Galaxy. With a number of Jwaneng players in this Botswana 11. Sile amongst them. Sile turned 30 yesterday. Belated congratulations for him. He wouldn't mind a belated birthday present in shape of a big chance at some point here in the second half. One of his teammates. For now, struggling to out of their own third here. Botswana, ball forward, be comfortably tied up by Jordan Abita. Currently every Botswana outfield player in their own half. Bonye encouraging them forward. Largely allowed Uganda to have the ball certainly in their own half. Rarely pressing. That change as the match ticks along closer to the 90-minute mark. Shot from Okello, quickly charged down. Koala can't wriggle free either. Quickly won back by the Cranes. Kayondo, he's off his options in the middle. Instead, he's up on the edge, but just ahead of his runner. Been messed with. Usha, now low away. On the floor, holding his stomach, or his midriff anyway, claiming took a hit, maybe from Makwala, helped him back to his feet. Experienced pillar of this Botswana backline, Galway, then 32. Couple of months' time, born on Christmas Day, in fact. Pretty impressive CV with the FUB, or the Botswana Premier League, effectively Team of the Year 2017. Spent 1 year with CAF Galaxy in South Africa before returning to Township Rollers, where he's been for 5 years now in his second stint. Fellow centre back did long way, sends that long. Ball into the box, as has been the case too many times so far this afternoon. And harmless from Cecile. Cecile also spent the same year with TS Galaxy, 2019-2020 season. Means then with Galway, but this went their own path. Turns to Dwanning for his third stint with Galaxy. Slowing things down there, Toby Civic. Go away from right to left. Kayondo continues his run to put in a low ball. Again, dealt with before it can get to Makwala. So, Nanye and away. On Uganda corner now. Need to keep ramping up the pressure. And that is more than pressure. That is the opener. A totally free header allows Uganda to take the lead. The Botswana defence, statuesque. And waiting at the front post was who else? But Jude Semigabi. easy as you like, totally unmarked. His second of the qualifiers, perhaps one of the most important of his career. It puts Uganda 1-0 in front and comfortably into second place in Group G. As things stand, they will move 2 points clear of Mozambique. 18 points would put them right on the cusp of those top 4 runners-up places as well, heading into match day 10. Will they hit on out? Worry about goal difference? Focus on securing the 3 points, that's the question. Surely now, nothing left to lose for Botswana. Hopes were slim at best, but anything other than a win, they're always going to see them eliminated. This is their final home game of the campaign, as Algeria move further clear, 3-0 now. Game against Somalia. They are surely set to secure their qualification. We've moved level with Madagascar, Burkina Faso and Cameroon. The runners up on 18 points, but with an inferior goal difference. But can they add to that goal difference as they break away at pace? Equally, coming out off his line at pace was Kosipula to smother Kuala's shot. Or had already left his boot. Now waiting at the front post again is Semugabi. This time he goes to the back stick and then some. Too far in fact, and just about be kept in by Caprodotti, or not as it turns out, but be a throw. Nyani again all over the Botswana back line, helping out in that deep lying midfield position. Pushing on a little further again. Botswana attackers trying to force the issue a touch now. A little over half an hour remaining and a 1 goal deficit. Try and do something about. This World Cup qualifying campaign hasn't quite gone to plan for Botswana. Looks like it will end here tonight. They have qualified for just their second ever AFCON. Quite the odds. Finished second behind Egypt. A crucial draw with the Pharaohs in Cairo, no less, on the final day, keeping them 1 point above Mauritania, who had the better head-to-head, or above Cape Verde, who very nearly secured their first ever spot at the World Cup yesterday and look likely to do so on match day 10. You see there, Guinea retaking the lead against Mozambique. Will change the look of the live standings once again. Just further increase Uganda's advantage over their nearest challengers. Back up to 3 points over Mozambique and 4 over Guinea. all but assured a second spot. See there, between the disparity in goal difference and 3-point advantage, as things stand, would be all but secured as the second place team, and then go into that match with Algeria, trying to better the results of some of the other nations in the other groups around them. Madagascar, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, their most likely rivals as things stand. Essentially DRC, Namibia, and South Africa potentially, depending on how results go elsewhere over the next couple of days. It's so tight for the top 4 spots. Once the runners up. Yeah, that's all they can do for now. Focus on getting the job done here. Too bigger gap in goal difference to even think about catching Burkina Faso or Cameroon. 3 points far more important. They've got some defending to do here. Diakanya turn. He glanced in the referee's direction. There was no real appeal for a penalty. Toby Civic doing his defensive duties. Excellent work rate. First now being centre back. Really impressive fitness. Comfortable on the ball as well. Very reliable member of the Ugandan defence. Centre back by trade, but pretty comfortable out right back. He's been there for the last couple of very important qualifiers. Again, up against Civic. Once again, the defender comes out on top, although this time doesn't have to give away a corner. Crossing quickly by Gilbert Barushi, and well, that is about as close as Botswana have come. Timsang Orobonye with not quite as free a header as Senagabi down the other end, but decent sight of goal, couldn't find the target. I'm sure the referee with a yellow card in his hand a moment ago. It was for Gilbert Baruti, joined simply put the card away. Very nicely worked through to Senagabi. He's alive, not quite. To keep it in play. But, calmly dealt with by Matusi Johnston. He's making his 4th appearance in the qualifiers, the left back, but really picked up a goal and an assist in his previous 3. Not bad from the fullback position. Gaborone United player, born in Gaborone. Certainly, Diakanya seeing huge amounts of the ball here on the left-hand side for Botswana. His delivery was over the waiting Sile. Keep it alive. Plenty of support. Botswana pushing on here. The ball floated in. Civic away. Shot from range. Taken out one of the defenders, and the referee will pause proceedings here to check on the down player. I think it's essentially Khalid Oucho. Captain very much taking one for the team there. Was moving at a fair rate, really well struck. Interested to see if we get a reverse angle, see exactly where it was heading. Chance to take on fluids and advice from their head coach, Raina Ramaraboli. Simultaneously, the Botswana and Botswana Galaxy head coach. For the last few months, you won't have enjoyed that. Just totally abandoned. Inside the 6-yard box, Jude Semigabi scored on his international debut against the Republic of the Congo in AFCON qualification last year. That is third for his country, along with the one earlier in this campaign. Scored in the 2-0 win against Somalia. As mentioned the previous round, Outro seems to have brushed that off. He gets back underway with a drop ball marked down from Sia Kanyang. Continues his run. Alright, Siwa tries to force it into the middle. Finding a white brick wall in front of him. Uganda drop deeper and deeper to protect this narrow lead. Really narrow and important. That is cleared off the line. Well, Onyango came to then totally seemed to abandon his goalkeeping responsibilities. Not sure he even jumped for the ball, and Gaulawe heading goalwards, playing a defender on the line. Uganda survived. 2 minds there. I think the veteran keeper. The referee just with his masses once again. The free kick for Botswana. Similarly, Leo Caparodossi, guilty party. Think of the head from the centre back. Fair way out. Just about within shooting range if anyone's feeling ambitious. Certainly there will be a wall. See it being arranged by Dennis Onyango currently. 4 men in it. At 5 now. 4.5. It's struck, but it's well over from Gilbert Baruti. It's a score in these qualifiers. Diminutive attacking midfielder. Left Dwanning after a decade in the summer. Moving on to centre chief. We'll now get our first change for each side. And it is Baruti heads out to be replaced along with Teresit Dile by Tabang Sesinyi and Tatiane Ramatlabeng. Fresh legs then for Botswana. So too Uganda. Travis Mutiaba there, waiting and ready, number 10, alongside him, Uche Ikpeazu. Ikpeazu, another former Reading player of the Reading Academy, born in England as well, and also playing football in Scotland. Very similar career path to Jordan Obita, 30-year-old, makes his entrance, provides some fresh legs as well for the Cranes in attack. Immediately into the box, traditional position for the number 9. waiting for the cross to come in, but it would never arrive. He's not on this occasion. Makiaba made his senior debut for Uganda in a friendly at the age of 16, now 20. To deliver on his considerable potential. There's one there by Ekweazu. Did really well. Kind of play he's been brought on to fulfill exactly the target role. Strength to hold off players around him. One back by Botswana, and suddenly we head into the final 20 minutes or so. You look up for this one. Spent much of the first hour defending, seemingly revitalised by conceding 10 minutes into the second half. Ramaraboli making those changes. Mentioned joining Botswana, set up in January. Been running head coach 2021. Also taken for South Africa a couple of occasions. Won the CAF Cup with them 21. Experienced head coach. But brought inside by Semugabi, couldn't get a shot away. She's just opening up a touch now. Two tired legs, perhaps having an effect, combined with the fresh ones brought on. He's Kayondo. Spin. In a heat. track wherever they look. They brought away by Uganda. Final quarter of an hour. Down. Feels like eternity for the Cranes. Willing the clock on now. Drop deeper and deeper. Hopefully in the last 20 minutes they broke the deadlock. The deeper they drop there, the more pressure they invite. The problem. Botswana with pressure on, nothing to lose. Pressure on their shoulders. Trying to deliver a decent showing. Final home game. Qualifiers. As I said, they've had their moments. Been lots of wins, lots of wins, lots of wins, lots of lots. Up to this point. For Botswana. They've had consistency to their game. Double defeat really scuffling their prospects. Compared to consistently falling at the first hurdle or finishing bottom of their group, has been the case in every single one of their World Cup qualification campaigns in the past. Still progress, certainly. Chance for one of the break. The Lassie moving forward. Well, they're retreating. That's fine. But they're still looking for most part to see what's on selected. Young overall, a few seconds. This time, it's Uganda denying. Sabo, Leonyanye, off the line. Great work by Nato in the build-up. He found Sevigabi. So nearly forced home by Musiaba. Luckily his first touch of the ball could have been the goal to all but secure the 3 points. And Lenyane in the way. Fulford frustrated. Settle for a corner. And a drop to the back stick for Jordan Abita. And his shot blocked. Said he'll whip it in into a decent area, but fellow centre-back Caprarossi couldn't traverse it goalwards. Game becoming increasingly stretched. Far more space for players to work their magic in. Khalid Oucho keeping things ticking over in the Uganda engine room. part of the Uganda squad that reached that long-awaited AFCON finals after almost 4 decades in 2016. His early 20s then. Now the captain. Dekanyang, 2 for company. Knock it on to Moitsiwa. Once again. One in white in the way on the front post, this time Elio Capradossi. Onyango united his defence, huge group of players. The right of the penalty spot. Now they come into the middle. It's a dangerous delivery. Moitsiwa rushing onto it. Sinyi there as well. And the final touch. Only divert it beyond the far post. It did come off Moitsiwa. Score 1 goal. Once again against Somalia. He and Johnston score sheet in that 2-0 win back in March. Work down the right hand side. Here's Semigabi. Will be ushered out by Matusi Johnston. Sliding challenge on a yellow card, remember. A brave one, but executed it perfectly. Maybe Civic will add an aerial threat from corners, but to be the go-to for long throws. This one taken short to Semigabi. Needless handing over of possession from the goal scorer. A bit of an exchange as well. The Botswana captain is Lokwe. Running out of time now, Botswana. Lost some of the momentum they were carrying 5 or 10 minutes ago. Uganda have steadied the ship, started to produce some attacking football of their own once more. Inside Rogers Masso. Then, well, finding Sinyi, who's rolling around in agony. They're fairly innocuous coming together initially. Ali Doucho did rather tears around him, but then, oh, okay, yeah. There was a boot into the torso of the Botswana substitute. Taking a needless risk there. Uganda captain. Sinyi, understandably not best pleased. Doucho will claim he was for the ball. Either way now, free kick to deal with. Once again in that almost shooting range. This will be straight into the wall though. now Uganda can break. Gosapula crucially quickly off his line to deny Semigabi. Would have been clean through. Final 5 minutes now. Their second goal in this game. Sharp passing from Uganda. Ran away from Matiaba. And a free kick, which will suit them just fine. 2 more seconds killed. 4 more seconds in control of this clash. Koala might have been subbed off, but still plenty of attacking threat in the Uganda setup. One of them is Semigabi. That wasn't too far away. He'd have added his and his side second there. Mato and Okello, 3 goals each. Joint second top scorers in Group G. Mohamed Amura way out in front. He came into match day 9 with 6 and has added his 7th and 8th. What is still to be a 3-0 win for Algeria against Somalia. Mugabe doing his defensive duties as well there. Actually taken down by Kaulalwe. Losing the ball for a moment there, Abita against his bearing. Kayoto holding firm. Botswana sending far more attacks down the right hand side now. It's all coming through Diakanyang for a while. Mixing things up and back. Another change here. One will come. Tabo Maponda for Kaulalwe. 5-year-old centre forward, so an all-out attacking change made by Marina Ramarabali. Centre back off, centre forward on. As mentioned, nothing left to lose. They could lose by more. Here's Mato, trying to stand it up at the back post. Semigabi keeps it alive, keeps it up on the edge. It's over the top. Not sure if there was a fingertip save from Gosapula there. Either way, Dibic, of all people, denied what has been a second of the evening. His first for his country. It was a fingertip save, important one from Gosapula to the 90th minute now. See how much additional time is to come. Going into the back post, he came, but didn't get there. Gosapula. It's fired into the net, but the referee's whistle had long since blown for a foul on the keeper, I believe. Gosapula quickly sending it downfield. Kanyang looking for Sasinyi. Be done by Semakula, keeping his cool. Played every game for Uganda across these qualifiers. This is 9th appearance. Only member of the starting 11 today to have done so. As you can see, 5 minutes of additional time. Uganda not remotely concerned with their goal difference. All about holding on, claim these 3 points. Another change for Botswana. Off comes Orebonye, and on in his place, number 9, Tarati Semadi. 29-year-old attacker. Still no goal in the qualifiers for Orebonye. 8th attempt, drawing a blank once again. Press from Uganda, doing its job. Attack the best form of defence in terms of the high press. Now, have some defending to do deep. They do it with one block. We feed up on the edge with the Sydney. Close once again. Still no cigar for Botswana. Had all the time in the world to set himself for the volley. It dropped the wrong side of the post. Side from Marina Amarabali. I think Dennis Onyango requesting a change. Whether that be for purposes of killing time or facing Rogers Mato, might have picked up a knock. Can't be sure, but they're almost halfway through the 5 minutes now. I've only made the 2 changes. Gazu and Matiaba coming on for Okello and Makwala. In there, almost catching out here, Caprodossi. There it is, Ikpiatu. Doing exactly what he was brought on to do. Full time in Iran was officially a home team, home game for Somalia. Algeria with the 3-0 win. Final whistle has gone. Algeria are heading to the World Cup finals. Canada, the US and Mexico. Can Uganda join them? They can hold on here for the 3 points. Would it be a big step towards doing so? Toby Simic heads for the corner flag, heads to the turf. We'll do just nicely as we enter the final 90 seconds. The now 95 minutes. Strength again from Ikpiatu. Bundled over. No free kick. It's the final minute. Botswana with the ball. Hunted back and forth. Uganda who come away with it. Rogers Mato, who else? It's a let fly from range. Off target. Would have been a deserved goal for certainly the best player in the first half. A little quieter in the second half, but always a threat. "30 seconds for Uganda to hold on here. We have the ball. Matiaba turns on the afterburners. Glides past 3, past 4 eventually. Runs into a brick wall and a very big challenge to Zip way as well. But here comes Uganda to wrap it up. Saved by Gotipula and cleared away on the rebound. But it doesn't matter ultimately. Uganda get the 3 points they came for. Botswana fall to a 3rd consecutive defeat and are officially eliminated from the qualification campaign. No chance of reaching the World Cup finals. Uganda do still have a chance. They move on to 18 points clear in second place. Can they join the winners of Group G, Algeria? Only time will tell. They will head to Algeria knowing they quite possibly need a win, and with an eye on their fellow runners-up around the group. Final score in Francistown: Botswana 0, Uganda 1. Well, off heads Morena Ramaraboli. They were probably the second best side on the night. Finally came out of their shell after falling behind and showed the kind of play they can produce, the kind of play that led them to win 3 games across this qualifying campaign. But this, a 6th loss, not a single draw to their name. Botswana with exactly the opposite. 6 wins, 0 draws, 3 losses to their name after 9 out of 10 qualifiers here. And they do stand a decent chance after giving one of those 4 best placed second ranked teams. Could see them through to that playoff. Out of their own control. That is likely to be the case whatever else happens across the other games on match day 9. But this is how Group G looks. With 1 round remaining, Algeria securing their qualification, 4 points clear. Uganda all but cemented in second.